Well, it's National School Bus Safety Week, and this morning I hopped on board one of our buses to see if motorists out there are acknowledging and obeying these stop signs when they're extended from our buses. For our bus drivers, their days start very early, and shortly after 5 a.m., it's time to roll out. Meanwhile, local law enforcement have teamed up with the district this week to help reinforce an important message as these buses hit the roads, and that's please acknowledge important bus signals and always stop when its sign is extended.
Yeah, 7-11 road is the biggest one because they're calling in 10 to 15 cars a day.
But recently, that's been an increased problem, and law enforcement has taken notice. This morning, Deputy Matthew Maynard with the Wilson County Sheriff's Office boarded a bus bound for Mount Juliet. Its pickup zone services Stoner Creek. Along this route is where there's been a spike in motorists not stopping for buses when they're supposed to.
Most of 109 is not a divided highway, so some people don't realize that they have to stop in both directions. So that's kind of our intent for this morning, is to maybe find some people that don't know that and educate them and make sure that they know from now on that they can't do that.
As you go behind the scenes, you notice that in these early fall mornings, it's still very dark on the roadways well after the first child is picked up. Students may be entering the bus from either side of the road, especially in neighborhoods. Through the early goings of my ride along, I'm happy to report that overall, people were obeying the bus extended stop sign. But as our route turned onto Highway 109, yep, as predicted, a motorist speeds through the bus's stop sign, even with the bus honking to get the driver's attention to stop. From there, Deputy Maynard radios to nearby THP and Wilson County Sheriff's Office personnel to pull that vehicle over. However, the purpose of the pullover isn't to quickly write a ticket. It's to inform and educate drivers about proper school bus stop sign procedures.
So we got one, right?
Got one, yes sir.
So off to a good start in terms of trying to get the awareness going.
Absolutely, yes sir.
All right, good deal.
So, what exactly is the right thing to do when approaching a bus that has a stop sign extended? We're so glad you asked. Thank you to Mount Juliet Police for this graphic. Let's quickly go through this together. In diagram A, it's a 2-lane road. Pretty simple. Both directions of traffic must stop, and by no means whatsoever does same direction traffic as a bus try to pass a bus that stopped and picking up students. On diagrams B and C, this is where some slight confusion may happen for some. A multi-lane highway that is completely paved across with no grass median or barrier requires stoppage from all lanes of traffic in both directions when the stop arm is extended on a bus. However, when there is a grass median or barrier separating lanes of traffic, then the opposite direction of travel is not legally supposed to stop, but traffic in the same direction of the bus is supposed to stop. As my ride-along concluded and students were dropped off at Stoner Creek, Deputy Maynard sends this reminder to all motorists who are out and about during both those busy mornings and afternoons.
You really got to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing when you come up anywhere. Just always make sure your head's on a swivel, you're watching traffic, paying attention to what's around you, because they could be cutting their lights on at any second and stopping.
We send our sincere appreciation to local law enforcement for all that they do for our district. School bus safety is just one of the many important and valuable pieces of service they provide for us.
Had a great working relationship with the schools, the buses, I mean, you name it, the other law enforcement agencies in the county, WEMA, Fire, Mount Juliet, Lebanon, Highway Patrol, Watertown. We work well together, and you really have to have that, especially to pull something like this off, to have the manpower to do it. So it's just good that we're able to work with those other agencies like that to accomplish so much more than if it was just us trying to do it.
Making sure that our students and your children arrive to school safely and return home the very same way is paramount for us. So thank you for your support and all that we do to ensure safety for all.
After this is all said and done, and kind of debrief on how things went and what maybe we can do better, and I see what maybe if we start having the hot spots, as Mr. Kenny called them, we'll maybe try to start doing this quarterly to make sure that we're addressing those issues as they arise.
I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools.